Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Abyss of the Sacrifice on PC. Now this game is also released today for the Switch, but I figured we'd check out the PC version instead. But as far as I'm aware, the content on both titles is exactly the same. All right, so I have really only, hold on, text speed max, play off, cursor speed, how about that? Cursor magnetism on. Oh, wait, what else is there? Sound. Let's do background music a little lower. Button guide menu, story, backlog, skip text, auto, hide text, right button, left button. Command is X. Oh, really? Command is X? Huh. Okay, well, I'm assuming it's going to give me a little tutorial over here. Now, this game was originally released on the PSP. I forget what year it was, but this is the upscale version of the game. So let's check it out. Fetal pulse. Ba-doom. 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 A faint, quiet echo from the depths of the dark abyss. Is it a heartbeat? If so, it can barely be heard. It's such a tiny, feeble, uncertain sound. The repetitive, faint echo sounds just like the heartbeat of a living being. It's almost as if a fetus has awoken in the womb. The girl's eyes suddenly opened. Her vision still clouded by sleep, she aimlessly searched the ceiling. The girl, Miki, had no idea where she was, but her hazy mind gradually began to clear. The faintly lit gray floor came into focus. At the same time, she felt a chill on her cheek. The chill then spread to her arms, chest, and stomach. As her body began to awaken, she suddenly felt cold all over. When the chill reached her feet, she let out a disparaging sigh. My situation hasn't changed at all. It's the same as before I fell asleep. She was still trapped in the small room. As she sat up, a dull pain shot through her left leg. Her gaze landed on a huge hole in the ceiling with a pile of debris below it. The debris was made up of fallen concrete and twisted metal pipes. One metal pipe pinned Miki's left leg to the floor. She had tried over and over to pry it loose, until she fainted from exhaustion. She had used every possible method she could think of, but her leg wouldn't come loose. Her situation was no different now. Time had just dully ticked by. Miki's despair had almost completely depleted her will to keep going, but she bit her lip and examined her surroundings again. There was a barren, ascending staircase behind her. At the top, she saw a door leading out of the room. As she persistently tried to free her leg again, she noticed something strange. A large puddle had pooled around the debris. Pricking her ears, she heard water dripping. Meanwhile, the puddle was spreading before her very eyes. A chill ran down Miki's spine. The exit is at the top of the stairs. But if I can't find a way to stand up, this might be the end. Anyway, I have to get out of here. Search. No matter how hard she tries, she can't lift the pipe. She reached out and managed to get the screwdriver. Take flathead screwdriver. Tutorial: using items. To use items you have obtained, press Y to open up the item screen. Okay, before we do that, the game's still damn loud. Okay. Anything else here? The monitor is displaying escape route information. else here?
あそこまで登らなきゃ。
Getting to that door is the only way to escape. Using items. In the item screen, you can examine items with A, search. By pressing A, use, you can actually use the item. Flathead screwdriver. Use. Tutorial using items. The item you are using will be displayed at the bottom of the screen. When you click on an area with a search cursor, you can use that item. How hard she tries, she can't lift the pipe. Miki laid down her heavy backpack. There might be something useful inside. Tutorial using commands. When the command button is displayed in the bottom left of the screen, you can use commands. The type of command will change based on the situation. What's inside the backpack? There was a pouch inside the backpack. Took out the cosmetics pouch. Open the cosmetics pouch. There was a pin inside the pouch. Okay. Water is dripping from somewhere. It seems to be getting faster.
この水が床に溜まったら、このままじゃ逃げられない。
Lift the pipe. Okay, there's only so many places I can.
私の足。
Her leg is stuck and she can't move. I've got the water. I've got the pipe. I got my leg. Water level is rising. She pulled down the cord hanging from the wreckage. Can this plug be used for something? Okay. Just need to click in a certain place. Oh my god. Sometimes these mobile interfaces that just suck. Quite frankly. Alright, I have no idea. Am I missing a point? I wish there was a hotspot generator. So I really don't know what I can click on or what I can't. Is it the hunt for the magic pixel? Is there something under the floorboards? There's no crack big enough to put a hand through. Ah, okay. God, I would never have seen that unless I just randomly clicked everywhere. Stuck the screwdriver slipping in between the floorboards. Object is snugly stuck inside. It doesn't look removable by hand. When Mickey touches the water's surface, strong electric current runs through her body. It looks like the device is leaking electricity since it's submerged in water. There's a hole to insert something. An object is snugly stuck inside. It doesn't look removable by hand. There's a small hole. Look at that. There's something slender. Something slender could fit into this hole. How about a hairpin? When she puts the hairpin into the hole, the nearby object seems to loosen up. Considering the hairpin has loosened the object a little, looks like it could be removed by hand. Obtain some sort of object. Insert something. Nothing there anymore. Looks like a battery. Can this plug be used for something? How about my battery? Looks like there's no more electric current in the water. Fixture. What's it say? It's a handle. Looks like it can be attached to something. The handle fits snugly into the hole. Miki turned the handle. Can't be pushed down by hand. Boy, it does not leave you with much clues. You really... Was it? Now, putting the plug into the socket won't result into an implement shock. Plug into the socket. How about putting that plug into the socket? Cord raised, the pipe. Escape is not possible. Miki struggled up a narrow staircase. Her leg ached with each step. It still felt numb. But it could move. It was moving. Realizing this, Miki pushed herself forward, step by step. She opened the door to find a dimly lit hallway. It was vacant as far as she could see, and she couldn't tell where it led. But her only choice was to go forward. Miki took a cautious step into the darkness. Her pace was uncertain. Oh, her pace was certain and firm. Like tofu. And everything fell silent. The hallway was absorbed into the darkness. After a while, she saw a yellow light ahead. She started to run. A door. It was a sliding door that almost looked like part of the wall. A sliver of light escaped from a slight crack between the wall and the door. Miki stuck her finger into the crack and pushed, but the door wouldn't budge. Pressing the door button leads to no reaction. She doesn't have a card to put in the slot. Some light is coming through the gap, but it can't be opened by hand. Once again. screwdriver tip is too thick to put into the slot. Put a hairpin into the slot. Is the power off? Feels hot to the touch, as if it's built up heat. Combining items. When combining items, first examine the item you will use. Since we want to use the screwdriver on the battery, search the screwdriver first. Scroll through the item list on the left and select the item we want to use our item on. Since we want to use the screwdriver on the battery, bring the battery next to the screwdriver. When the items you wish to combine are next to each other, an arrow showing interactivity will be displayed. If you press A use here, you can combine the items. Complicated wiring.
これでバッテリーをショートさせれば。
She's pretty skilled. Putting the circuit in contact with the hairpin causes it to spark and short circuit. Looks like the door is unlocked. Miki slipped her fingers into the thin space and slid the door open. The sliver of yellow light steadily grew brighter until it nearly blinded her. Then, all of a sudden, Miki had deja vu. I think I've been here before. A dark hallway. No, it was an alleyway then. And at the end, there was a sticky door. I always had trouble opening.
また来たのか?
She would always turn around with a bothered look. But there was a glimmer of happiness in her mysterious eyes. As we talked, she would always end up saying the same thing.
飛べ。どうして飛ばない？お前は飛べる。そのはずだ。飛んでみろ。もう諦めたのか？
違う。私はもっと飛びたい。風を切るあの瞬間、空しか見えなくなるあの瞬間、背中がバーを越え重力を感じなくなるあの瞬間。私はあの瞬間が好き。失いたくない。失いたくはなかった。
ミキ、やっぱり危険だって。人体やっちゃってたんでしょ？大会1週間前に。バカよね。優勝候補のプレッシャーってやつ？練習詰め込みすぎたんじゃないの？これで私が繰り上げ出場よね。
外野の声なんかどうでも、私は私の力で飛びたいだけ。
飛んでみろ。お前にはできるはずだ。
その人はそう言って。でも
Miki jolted back to the present. That silly deja vu had fluttered her head with memories, but she shook them away and firmly gripped the door.
ここを開けたってあいつはいない。だけど同じ。前へ進めばいつか。
A girl stood on the other side of the door. She had a blank look on her face, and her arms hung limply at her sides. Blood? Is that Chris's blood? Oh, the girl's palms were covered in crimson fluid that dripped from her fingertips. As she stood there covered in blood, she slowly looked up at Miki. As soon as their eyes met, the girl's pale lips moved slightly. Suddenly, her bloody body started to sway, and she crumpled to the ground. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. It's weird that they just wouldn't put the sound effect in there. What, the sound effect cost too much? Yes, it was definitely a heartbeat, lying dormant in the dark depths of the unknown abyss. A monster was about to be born. But this heartbeat was just the beginning. To be continued. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Can I not pick another save slot? Blood. Her leg felt like it was on fire, but the rest of her body was like ice. Her lower body was crushed under debris before her very eyes. Everything was dark except for the flames on the other side of the fallen wall, filling the room with gloom. Suddenly, a black glossy liquid spreading over Mickey's skin and the floor caught her eye. It was blood, and Mickey was lying in a puddle of it.
痛い痛い痛い
Oh, this is the worst pain I've felt in my life. I can barely think. But in the midst of it all, Mickey tried to scream.
お父さんお母さんこれは誰の血なの
The strong scent of blood filled the room. A mysterious, blood-covered girl lay motionless before her. Everything was so strange that Mickey just stood there in disbelief. The fainted girl's face was pale, as if life had been drained from her body. Mickey trembled in fear, worrying she might be dead. She instinctively reached out her hand. Despite being dirtied by blood, Mickey recognized her clothes. It was the uniform of a famous local school. Mickey surmised that the girl was about her age.
温かい
Touching the fallen girl, she could feel a hint of warmth. She's warm. Oh, great. I didn't read that. Oh well. Uniform of a famous local school.
生きている
She's alive. Miki let out a sigh of relief. She felt a clear pulse from her palm on the girl's chest. Oh, well, I touched the wrong side of the chest, but okay. The front of her blouse is sticky with blood. This is likely where she's been wounded. Miki timidly lifted the damp blouse, still heavy with blood. But to her surprise, only her clothes were bloody. Her skin was untouched. Not even a scratch on her. Steady pulse can be felt. Steady pulse can be felt, okay.
この血は一体
A few scratches and grazes. Her wounds are too small for this much blood.
この血は一
Okay, what micro pixel am I supposed to be clicking on? Ah, I see. Ooh, boy, this game has some bad tearing. Miki checked the girl's small shoulder bag. Inside was a cosmetics pouch, a wallet, and a notebook. There's a school emblem on the cover.
生徒手帳
On the back is the girl's ID photo including,
アナスタシア
which can be assumed to be her name. There don't seem to be any other clues here.
ちょっとごめんね
Quietly apologizing, she lifted the girl's skirt. However, she didn't find any wounds there either. No matter how hard she searched, there wasn't a single injury on the girl's body.
それじゃこの血は
Miki suddenly had a terrifying thought. What if she ate all of the strawberry jam in the station? Now I gotta kill this girl. She immediately shook it away. The girl lying before her was still pale and showed no sign of waking up. The only relief was the faint, labored breathing coming from her mouth. Even though she wasn't bleeding, she clearly wasn't well. Is she sick? I don't know how to cure a sick person.
だけど放っておくわけにもいかないか
Miki raised her head. There had to be a way to help this girl. She looked around. Suddenly, she noticed a bulletin board on the wall. It featured a map of the floor they were on.
医療室ここだ
Miki's eyes lit up. I should be able to find something for this girl, Anastasia, there. A first aid kit would do. Miki took out her notebook and drew a rough sketch of the floor plan. Then she headed to the infirmary. Since parts of the Foundation's hallways were closed off by partitions, a direct route to the infirmary was impossible. It looked like the fastest way there was out of the question. Miki turned around to find another path where she heard something.
いるの人の声
Miki looked around. She could have sworn she heard someone. She moved closer to the wall and listened, but she couldn't hear a thing. Did I imagine it? She disappointedly started to walk away. Just then, the voice called out again.
誰いるの
Miki spun around.
やっぱり誰かがいるこの隔壁の向こうからだ
Miki put her ear to it. Then she heard the voice.
そこに誰かいるの
This time, there was no mistake. Someone was definitely there.
まだ他にも逃げ遅れた人がいたんだ
Looks like the room is reflected here. What's the other side like? There are cracks in the pillar. There's a voice from the other side.
そこに誰かいるのこの隔壁は開かないと思うわこちら側の壁が崩落しているから
そうなんだじゃあ分かった別の方法を探す
えでも
大丈夫なんとかするから待ってて
The partition is too tough and won't open. Is there any way to get past the wall? The whole thing is one big quote. It could be inside here. Let's try pulling the handle. The hose could probably be used if taken out, but for what? Looks like a compartment for fire extinguishing tools. Can this lid be opened? Let's try moving the shrub.
下 空洞がある。
It's too deep to go down. I pulled out the hose. Unlike the upper floor, there are no cracks in the wall. It must be tough. Miki spoke to whoever was on the other side of the lid.
そこにいる。ええ。この蓋、そっちから開けられない。
ごめんなさい。こちら側には取っ手がないの。
No matter how hard she pushed, Miki couldn't budge the manhole. Can this fixture be used? I don't have any items. No idea. Why couldn't she just try to pull on the lock? The lock was on her side. I don't know, I'm sure there's some dumbass reason behind it. Spring. A spring this sharp won't fix into those metal fixtures. No idea. Boy, this game is all about getting stuck. Useful looking spring. Oh yeah, so useful right now. What do I do with the spring? No idea. spring is short, so can I make this spring longer? Stretch the spring out? Huh. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Autopostrophe. You've been watching Abyss of the Sacrifice on PC. Once again, this game is released on the Switch as well today. Was previously a PSP game. So it's interesting. I don't know if I necessarily like this kind of escape room game. But I am interested to see what kind of story is involved in this, so I'm intrigued. I just think it'll take me a long time to go through this because, again, this is not really the kind of gameplay I'm used to playing or that I find a lot of enjoyment in. But if you like these kind of games that are really all about finding items and combining them to, escape the sequence or scene, then I think this is something that you might enjoy. Like I said, I like it well enough. I'm just not sure how easy I'm going to be getting into this. I don't know. We'll see. I'll play it a couple more times, and maybe something will click with me, and we'll get through it faster. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.